Stephanie Stevens here. I'm going to show you tonight. I got some cheap short wigs because it's summertime, so it's short wig season. So I'm going to show you how I made a couple of different looks with $3.99 wigs. I was actually shopping at the flea market again, and I got lots of cheap makeup, lots of stuff I can use for a very long time. $20. And I'm gonna do a little look for y'all tonight with that some short little wigs that I got for $3.99. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with my makeup as I showed you before. I use Kiss 345. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray olive oil on my face. I've been doing that lately and it's been making a really big difference. Okay. It's been making a really big difference with the way my skin has been looking. So we're gonna use that from now on. I mean, I always use it anyway, but I never thought to use it on my face. And since I've been using it on my face, the color is coming back to just normal. All the dark is going away. Who would have ever thought? Okay. So we're gonna do a quick little excuse me 1 minute. Let me get some. Tissue paper here. Okay. Let's move this back just a little. Okay, bring this light down a little bit. Okay. And that foundation was Kiss 345. See, it matches my skin pretty good. Those are like $6 at the beauty supply store. Now I'm going to use LA Girl Pro. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to I'm watching The Priest on Netflix. It's good. Okay. So you'll see between the Kiss and the LA Girl Pro, gave me a pretty good finish. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is start my contour. And what I'm going to do is, I got this here at the flea market too, and it was like $2. You see, it's got the black and those you could use. This was like $3, $2, $3. Okay. So if you're ever in Toronto and you need to go get cheap makeup, or you're on a diva on a dime, just go down to the merchant market at Warden and Eglinton and get yourself some cheap makeup. You don't need to spend money on expensive makeup. I've been saying that for years. And this is the Revlon. I hear they're going out of business or something, or having some kind of troubles. That's what happens when you don't keep up with the times. They should have kept up with the times and they would have been okay. Okay. So now that we have that on, let's go ahead and get our blush on as well and let it get to cooking. These here black opal blushes I get at the flea market also $1. $2. If you get a whole bunch of stuff, you're scoring big time. I know it looks crazy, but I'm going to be gorgeous when I'm done. Now, we're going to let that cook. While that is cooking, I'm going to put on my eyeshadow. Now, tonight what I'm going to use for eyeshadow is just one of my regular LA Girl Pro powders. That's all I'm going to use for eyeshadow tonight. Okay? And what I'm just going to do is this. Do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to go ahead and highlight there. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and start sculpting our cheeks as well with the highlight. I do my makeup so differently most of the time, but I usually use the same three colors, like a nude, black, and red. That's really all I ever really use. I've done that for years. I don't really put colors on my eyes unless it's for something really for an occasion. But I don't think you need all that. I've never thought. When I see people do that, I'm thinking, why do you do that? I know it's to make you look more interesting and different from before, but I'm thinking, you don't need to do that. To me, it's a waste of makeup and a waste of time. That's to me though. I'm not. These young kids, they love these colors and all that stuff, and I'm not doing that because you don't need to do that. I don't see the point. If you notice, even with most designers, they will, if the costume is over the top, they try to minimize the makeup because they don't want to overshadow the costume. So basically, that's what I'm going to use for shadow. So I'm halfway done now already. So first thing we're going to start doing is sculpting out our nose and our eyebrows. So I'm just going to draw a line here. And a line here. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw my creaser. Okay. I've showed y'all this a million times. I always do it basically the same. Okay. Like that and like that. Okay. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so basically they're both on now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start my bottom line. I'm just going to make the bottom line black. And what I do is I'm just going to pull that up into this line. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Okay, excuse me 1 minute. Okay, so now that we have that on, y'all can see that? Okay, now I want to go back and I want to do my just make sure my contour is setting. So just take the black like that. This is drag makeup. It'll look a lot different once I blended it all out. It won't look so dramatic and heavy. It just depends on what kind of stage you're on. Okay? So now that we've done that, I always use either a burgundy pencil because it makes your eyes look softer. Or I use black when I'm on a really big stage and I need my lookalikes or my celebrity impersonations to come to life. I use black because that pushes out on the camera. With the burgundy one, it just makes you look more softer and more feminine. Gives your eyes that little. Ladies know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Okay. So there's my brow. Let's do the other one.
They say you're from a place far beyond the Alps. I heard one said from the home of the gods.
Okay. And there's the other one. So now we have you don't have to have them perfect right away. Just get the base of them on and then you'll clean them up as you go along. Now we're going to blend these out, these lines out here. I have a little broken down brush I've had for years. For years, I've had this brush, excuse me. I've had this brush for years. It's like, I don't know, $1 from the dollar store. And it's a perfect blending brush. And you just blend out this line. See that? Okay. You can do this. You can do your creaser line with brown or red. I always use black because it's for the stage. Okay, now that one's done as well. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back with the pencil because we want definition. Just go back over that black where the line is. See that? That's what you want. You don't need to spend money on expensive makeup. I'm telling you this, okay? I've been doing drag 35 years. Stop spending all your money on expensive makeup. You wash it off down the sink. Nobody's gonna know you spent $80 on a palette and all that stuff. Get yourself a cheap palette. This palette was $3. $3 at the flea market. Let me show it to you. $3. Okay. Ever. This was $3. $1. 50 cents. Brand new. $2. $2. Stop spending all your money on expensive makeup. Makes no doesn't make sense. Don't do that. Okay. I know I'm probably missing a lot of makeup opportunities, but it doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I would say if if you're feeling good and the coins are coming in, all means spend good money on good makeup. But for drag, it's going to be washed down the sink. It's not like, you're doing these big, photo shoots that you need to use these name brand names. You don't need all that. Just get these. This is a Wet n Wild pencil. It's just as black as any of the other pencils. It's like $1.99. So I'm just saying, don't spend all your money on that kind of on makeup. Don't do that. Doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I shouldn't be saying it because I'm probably missing out on makeup opportunities somewhere. When I see all these women getting all this free makeup and everything, I'm thinking, maybe I better change my tune. Now I'm gonna go and start working on cleaning this all up. So, like I said, this is my LA Girl Pro. I'm taking my time for y'all tonight, okay? So y'all gonna get a whole hour on YouTube. I'm just gonna clean this up. Okay, you see how that's cleaning up really good? And then you just do the inside. You can use white here. You can use white, beige. You can use any color you want. I try to use a neutral color unless I'm on a big stage. With my celebrity lookalikes, I always try to look as realistic as possible. I never try to look like a clown because I don't think celebrities look like clowns. I mean, but when I'm doing an impersonation, I try to make it look as realistic as possible. So I don't want it to look like I'm wearing all clown makeup. I want the makeup to look heavy because that's the way it needs to be for underneath the lights. But you don't need all that stuff I see some of the girls put on. I'm thinking, where are you going? So tonight I am doing some looks just for some short wigs. Okay, short wigs. It's summertime. It's time for the short wigs because it's hot. These shows are hot. Okay, so basically I have my makeup on now, on my eyes. Now I'm going to do some liner. Where is that pencil? And we're going to clean all of this up. Okay, I'm not able to find my liner. So let's see if we can find some mascara. If we can find some mascara, we're going to be in business. Excuse me. While I try to find some. Oh, we just use this. Okay. Okay, you see that? All right. Just lining it up. Okay, now that one's done as well. Now that we have that on, now we're going to get our nose done. Just take some of that same red black opal powder. That right there. A little bit on the other side. Okay. Now what we're going to do is blend this out. Do the same thing over here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little more blush and put in this, just into this, like this. See, and that softens it up. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is start blending. we're going to start the blending. So what we're going to do first is this. We're going to take our regular powder from LA Girl, and we're going to do this. Same thing on this side. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our nose together. Get our nose together. We have a gold here. There's a gold inside of here. So you can use gold, silver, just plain. You can just use neutral colors, but I use a shimmer because this way I don't have to keep redoing it all night. See? We're going to add just a little bit of a white to it too. Make it pop a little bit more. And now let me just blend that out. Like that. Okay. And we'll blend it more as we go along. Right now we want to leave it cooking a little bit. Okay, excuse me. I have the air conditioner on high tonight, y'all. Okay. Now we're gonna put our eyes on, our lashes on. Okay. Now, just gonna go back in and fill this in a little bit more. Okay. Now let's get our lashes on. So I'm going to take, so I have two pairs of lashes stuck together, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take the back of a brush, the bottom of a brush, sorry. Like this, just a one of your regular makeup brushes. And I use the bonding glue from Weaving Glue for lashes, most of the time. And then I just dip a little bit in there. Okay. So now that we have the lashes on, a little bit of glue on them. And what I do is, I take a little bit of glue and put it on the corner of my eyes, like right up in here, because I like my eyes to go like this. Okay? And make sure you have enough glue on the lash. Now, I'm going to put this lash on. Okay. Alrighty. So let's get the other one on. I never line them up totally perfect because you don't need to. This is drag. So I'm going to draw a line that'll be more definition for my eyes. Have more definition than unless I want to wear 5 pairs of lashes. And tonight I'm not feeling 5 pairs of lashes. Okay, and then I'm going to mascara them after I'm done. Okay, so now I have my lashes on. We're going to let those dry. And let them dry. And then I'm going to mascara them out. Let me go get some mascara. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, and we're back. Alrighty. Now, let's make sure that lash is the same height as the other one. Okay, now we're going to start putting our lips on while my lashes are drying. Okay, just keep going in there because the bonding glue, it bonds, it dries pretty quick, but you don't want to put too much on there because sometimes the fumes can burn your eyes. Okay, so we're 41 minutes into it, so we'll be done in about another 15. I keep pushing it because I can tell it's drying, so I don't want the lash to dry out of the shape that I want. Okay, now we have our lips on. Now we're just going to go in and powder them because we want to make them a little more intense. Okay. 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 The lash did pretty good, actually. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back in where our lash is. You see this black? We want to define that black just a little bit more. So I'm going to take this little brush here and I'm going to go back in and define this just a little bit more. You see it? Okay. And like I told you guys, this is all I've ever really used for years. I don't use all those colors and stuff because you don't need. I'm not going to say you don't need to. You just do what you feel. I just don't. I just don't use that. Okay? Now that we've done the other side like that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with our pencil. Our black pencil. Burgundy pencil. Okay. Okay. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Now we're just gonna pull this into this, like that. I make my eyes really heavy and dramatic because you need that for the stage, because the eyes are what sells your whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, mascara. Okay. If you wear 4 or 5 pairs of lashes, then you don't really need to mascara, because you're getting the drama that you want. Okay? So, now I'm going to go back and clean up the top of my lashes.